Step 5, setting your display options, is one of the required steps in the Setup Wizard. When you're ready for this step, you click on the link and you're taken to the Display Options screen. On this screen, you select your report view, which is what you and the students see, and the assignment sort, i.e. in which order the assignments are viewed. It should be noted that you can change the assignment sort and the report view at any time. So, let's go over the report view field. These two settings determine the default report view for all assignments. In other words, which assignments are displayed in the Gradebook grade report, what you see, and the student gradebook report, what the students see. The first report view that you set is the one for when assignments are created. Just as a cautionary note, don't use this third choice, description and score, when you're setting this first report view because it can distort the grades. The other two options are unreported, which means that no information about the assignment will be displayed, and description only, which means that as soon as you make an assignment, the assignment description, number of points possible, due date, and its weight will be displayed. And this information is displayed even if students haven't received the assignment yet. The score and corresponding letter grade aren't shown if you choose this option, even if you've already entered a score for the student. I'll go ahead and select Unreported. The second report view you set is for when scores are entered. In the drop-down menu, we have the same three choices as above. For this report view, it's perfectly fine to select the third option, Description and Score. This option means that once you enter a score for a student, all the information about the assignment, including the assignment score, raw score, calculated percentage, and letter grade, will be displayed. Letter grades are only displayed if you've defined a grading scale. I'll go ahead and select this one. So as an example, since I set this first report view to unreported and the second report view to description and score, then the students won't see anything about an assignment until I've given them a score on it. And then, once I've graded their assignment, then the student will see the description of the assignment, the possible points it was worth, the due date, etc., and their score. You can override the default report view for any assignment at any time during the semester. An example of when you might want to do this is if you're giving a pop quiz. You might have the default report view set to show the description of all your assignments, but you don't want your pop quiz to show up in the student view because then they'll know what's coming up. I'll go over how to override the default view in a separate video. Now, for assignment sort, this option determines the order in which you and your students view the assignments. If you pick assignment category, then all your assignments will be ordered by category. So, for example, all your tests will be listed together and then all your quizzes, etc. If you select by due date, then all your assignments will be listed by due date in chronological order. By description, orders your assignments alphabetically. And by sequence number, orders your assignments by the sequence number that you give to the assignments. If you've chosen category weighting as your overall calculation method, you'll probably want to select this first option by assignment category. I'll go ahead and pick that one. You don't have to choose a secondary way to sort your assignments, but you do have that option. So, for example, you might choose to sort your assignments by category, so all your tests together, then all your quizzes, and so on. And then, for those quizzes and tests, you can sort them all by due date, for example. I'll go ahead and select that. Here is a gradebook I set up where I chose to sort my assignments by category. And here are those same assignments sorted by due date. Here's what it looks like if you choose by description. You can see that they're all sorted alphabetically. And here, they're sorted by sequence number. In this class, I gave the assignments a sequence number based on point value. Again, You can change the assignment sort and the default report view at any time. Last but not least, down here we have two checkboxes. If you don't want to see the scores of students who've dropped your course, you would uncheck this box here. This screen also controls whether students can see their grades. If you don't want students to be able to view their grades, for example, when you're first setting up your gradebook, or you're entering grades or determining final grades, you would uncheck this box. Remember to go back to this Set Display Options screen and recheck the box when you do want students to see their grades. After you've selected the report view and the assignment sort, click Submit.